Alright, hey everybody, it is Tea Leaf from G5MLP. I got very lucky and I found somebody to send me 2 Crystal Adventure ponies. So right now these are available at Walmarts in like the Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri area in the United States. I have not heard any reports of these popping up anywhere else, so if you're not in those areas, hang tight. They should be out sometime in August, or you can get them online once those are available. I will make that known. But until then, you might have to look on eBay if you want to get a hold of these, or you'll have to find somebody in that area to send it over to you. So I'm going to unbox these on camera. We're going to take a look at what's inside, and we're going to judge the quality, sort of compare it to some other ponies, so you guys have a good idea of what we're looking at for this gen, or at least for this set. So these ponies are both from the Crystal Adventure set. I have Pipp Petals, who is listed as Princess Petals, as well as Sunny Starscout. This set is I believe it retails for about $8, and they have 3-inch tall ponies with molded non-brushable hair, and the Crystal Adventure name comes from this little crystal that is full of accessories. Alright, so let's look at these one at a time. I'm going to start off with Sunny Starscout, and then we'll open Pipp and we'll compare, and it'll be good fun for all. So on the top left, it says, quote, shows our My Little Pony logo. We have a render of Sunny Starscout that isn't brand new. We've seen this render before. Of course it says Crystal Adventure, and we have her cutie mark here, which is also on the toy, and we've seen it before in a few different places. So let's see what's up here. It says ages 5+, which is actually interesting. I don't think I've seen 5+ on a My Little Pony toy before, usually 3+. We can see that there should be surprises inside of the crystal. There are 20 pieces in total, and not for children under 3 years. If you're 4, I guess you'll have to ask your parents. On the box, so as a note, this box has plastic covering the toy. I know a lot of Hasbro packaging is moving away from plastic and moving towards being cardboard and having some sort of paper or, like, you know, a recyclable material holding the toy against the back of the box. This doesn't have that. There is no, like, plastic cover, but there is, like, the plastic thing holding the pony in place. I think usually there's some sort of thin sheet of plastic right here. That's not there. What we can see, if we're careful, is we can see her roller skates, which seem to be of a pink plastic. They don't have any painting on them. We can see her blue satchel with Twilight Sparkle's cutie mark sculpted on there. I can see a crown. It is somewhat translucent pink over here. The crystal seems to contain all the other pieces, and of course we can see our pony, Sunny Starscout. Behind her, I can see something that I think is a maritime bay, like background motif. We can see grass, and I see something that looks like an ocean. Moving over to the side, which my light box isn't that huge, we can actually see a nice little render of maybe her house. So here's a lighthouse and a house. It's on the side of a cliff. On the other side, we have includes in many different languages, and it shows us everything that should come in here. So go ahead and take the time to match that up to the stock image if you wish. It says Sunny skates through Maritime Bay, and we have a lovely little picture of, I assume, Maritime Bay in the background. And there are 2 ponies there that we do not know about yet. Has a render of the figure, and same things that are on the front of the box, except this one, which shows that there's a bracelet and charms. Got a lot of yada yada. On the top, we have the same render of Sunny Starscout, and on the bottom, we don't really have anything brand new. Do have the UPC. There's the UPC, if you need it. This is made in Vietnam. The box is paper, and then check locally for the plastic tray. That's what it says on the bottom. So let's go ahead and break her open. I'm going to try to save the box, so I'm just gonna peel up the tape. Okay, and I don't want to peel away any of the backgrounds. Let's see, just that one piece of tape on this side looks to be good. And we will go ahead, I'm already zoomed out. Let's see if I can back up and slide her out. Oh, and there's a poster in there. So here's the box, just all one piece. I'll probably just untape that side and save that because I'm crazy. So here's Sunny Starscout. She's on a little tray. Nothing on the back here, but we did have something pop out. A lovely little picture of Pipp. This looks to be a poster. And something else came out. So this is a nice little, I would say this is computer paper sized poster. It has Zip, Pipp, Izzy, and Sunny, and My Little Pony logo. On the other side, it says "For to collect," and it shows that we can collect Princess Petals, Sunny Starscout, Izzy Moonbow, and Zip Storm. Now, you might notice Hitch is not on here. I cannot explain it. We are pretty sure Hitch is coming out because we just saw he got some stock images on Walmart's site. So it's interesting that they decided to not include him in the poster here. I'll get a scan of this up on the wiki though, so I don't know if you want that for some reason, that'll be up on there. And let's take a look at the actual, well, okay, what's this? Boring. This is just like a warning thing that slipped out. I'm not gonna scan that. I'm sure we'll be okay without that. Okay, so exciting. Let's go ahead and I guess, should I save this part? I guess we can try. Maybe this will be something interesting. So I'll go ahead, try to save that. So there are no plastic ties that I can see so far. So it looks like you should at least be able to open this without scissors. I do have scissors nearby if I need them, but of course I've not needed them yet. Okay. Well, that certainly opened up her little container here, so we can see more clearly. There are some seagulls. We see stuff that's definitely very reminiscent of the sky and the ocean. It looks like that purple reminds me of a mountain. And I guess there's no other way about it. We're just going to have to peel off this plastic from the cardboard. Let's see if I can do this delicately, somewhat. And nope, I'm totally ripping up this entire part. Let's just get everybody off of there. Okay, with our plastic removed, we can see, definitely looks like more of Maritime Bay. Looks like the lighthouse house is on some sort of cliff. So we did see that little house in the not the trailer, the cast reveal. So maybe that's linked to Sunny, you know. There's garbage all over my lovely light box, but that's okay. Only one thing didn't come out, and that's the pony. Alright, so let's take a look at what she comes with. Well, here's the horse, first off. Of course, this is the main draw. So she does not feel like she is sticky, sorry, not sticky. She does not feel like she's squishy plastic like we're used to. Her hair definitely has a little bit of bend to it though. I think she's handling pretty good. Okay, so let's look at her from the front. Sunny Starscout. Let's see. So her ears actually do have a little bit of bend to them. She feels a little rubbery there. We can see she has eyelashes, eyebrows, and her actual eyes. As far as quality on the printing goes, it's not the greatest. Oh, like there, you can really see in the sun, it definitely looks to be like the pony life style of printing where, I don't know, it's just very obvious it's printed on. I can see a little bit of lines on her eyebrows. From afar, it definitely does look okay, but once you get that close up, it starts to look dotted. So not the worst thing in the world, but definitely not the greatest thing in the world. Her head turns And it's also sort of a ball joint, just like the Pony Life figures were. If you take a look there, you might be able to see ball joint. So I'd imagine I can take her head off. You can, just so her head can come off. You can see there's nothing on the inside there. So I guess you could do head swaps. It's pretty fun. It's not that hard to take off, so, you know, just gotta, I'm not that strong. I have to hold her close to me. There we go. Got her back on. I'm not the strongest. I'm sure plenty of people will have a lot easier of a time than I did. She has nicely sculpted nose, got her little smile. There are some seams on the bottom. Oh, sorry, her hooves are in the way. There are some seams on the bottom here, right sort of where that joint meets her actual face. And there are seams on the side of her head, although these are not as obvious as the chin seams. Mine has a little bit of a mark right here, and a little bit of like a nick right here. But I would chalk that up as just being factory. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Let's look to this side. Oh wait, her hair is translucent. Is there glitter? I guess there's not glitter. So this is just translucent hair. And there is a bit of some painted parts there to give it a little bit of depth. And of course the painted parts aren't translucent because they're painted. So looking now to the side, we can see her hair has 2 elastic points that are painted on. Her braid does have some paint on it, and this little piece right here has a little bit of pink paint there as well. We can see what her face looks like from the side, so she definitely does have some sort of snout or nose. Just kind of sticks right out of her face, and her ears are definitely forward facing. I think she looks pretty cute from both the side and the front. Maybe a little front facing, but that's the case with many ponies, I'm sure. So I think these look very nice from the side. We can see, moving on to her body here, there is a little bit of a connector section, so either a seam or like these were pieces that just had to be assembled. It's very obvious from the front, and there's also a little bit of a seam right there, but that's not as obvious as, you know, this long waist seam. Her legs are just not ball jointed, they're just jointed, so they can stick all the way out, and they can stick somewhat far back without breaking that. And her back legs kind of hitting her tail, but they can stick all the way that way, and they do not go as far forward, which I guess sort of makes sense. Oh, dropped her. So here's her symbol. It is cutie mark, excuse my collector slang. It is all on this leg, so, you know, there it is. Her tail is jointed as well. It spins all the way around. Whether intentional or not, that's up to you. It is also translucent, and it does have painted sections just like her hair. Her hooves are not painted, but they are sculpted, so if you want to take a brush, I guess you could paint those in. So you can see her feathering is nice and sculpted, and on the bottom of her hooves, she has little hearts, as well as that little hexagon shape that the Generation 4 ponies always seem to have. And you can see these on her back hooves as well. On the bottom, on her belly, it says copyright 2021 Hasbro. Hasbro SA, Vietnam, and it has numbers, and there is a stamped number on right there. She only has a cutie mark on one side, so this would be her non-display side, and this is her display side. That was pretty in-depth. Let's take a look at what she comes with. So first, we have some roller skates. So these are a nice purpley pink. They are sculpted pretty nicely. There's a little bit of a cut right here, so it fits a little bit easier onto her hooves, and there are 4 of them. There doesn't seem to be a difference between front and back roller skates. Let's see if we can get them on. You would think it would go on nice. Okay, yep, okay. Maybe there are some sort of back and front ones, or I'm just way better at putting the back ones on. Yeah, I'm just way better at putting the back ones on. We could have fabric clothes, but then I will probably mess that up, so... See? And... come on. There we go. That was not bad. And there are her roller skates. Of course, they are just molded plastic. They are not actually wheels, but she does stand up on them. Here's her satchel. It is a lovely blue, very similar to her hair elastics. Has Twilight's cutie mark, and it has 3 little uncolored buttons on the side, as well as a little zipper. On the back, just looks like some molding stuff from the mold. Another zipper on the other side, and this part comes sort of loose so you can attach it. How did they have that on the box? Just over her hair? I guess you could put it over her hair. Maybe I can get it between her hair and her neck. Oh, okay, you can put it between her hair and her neck, and that's probably the best way for that. The last accessory she comes with that isn't inside of the crystal is this crown. This is translucent pink. A lot of people are pointing out that this looks very similar to the Queen Haven crown, and I do have to agree, this looks very similar to Queen Haven's crown. You can definitely see a lot of things that are reminiscent of what we've seen of Zephyr Heights. The entire thing is just one color, it is not painted. I will take a nice picture of this and that will go on the wiki. And let's take a look. I'm incapable of putting things on ponies. There we go. So that's on her head. Fits pretty good. Of course, the way that it goes on her head, this part leans forward a little bit, but that's cool. Now it's time for the crystal. So, see, this crystal's like a nice hard plastic. I was afraid at first this was gonna be like the Hatchimals thing, where you have to like push in and destroy the plastic in order to open it, but nope, this is reusable. So that's really cool that you have a place to put your accessories afterwards. Sunny comes with a nice translucent, somewhat frosty. Let me see if there's glitter in there. No, it's just like a pearlescent, translucent plastic. That is a nice sky blue. Opens really easily, so still it on the floor. It's angled down a little bit. Okay, so of course the crystal will it comes back together, so that's cool. She comes with a lot of little bits. Alright, so here is the friendship bracelet. Let's take the wings off. This is a nice, very rubbery plastic. Comes with 5 colors. So we have pink, yellowy orange, a green, some sort of like blue-green, but definitely different from this color, and a purple. Has lots of notches on it, all over, and the back is just a plain pink. Again, this is like really rubbery. Ooh, it's rubbery. This came with some translucent purple wings. Comes with little notches, so this is probably to actually put it on your wrist. I have small wrists, I wonder if it will fit. Let me see. Ooh, just barely. Or wait, with the wings I can make it fit better. And I got it to fit. Alright, it's a little loose because I'm not quite sure if it can go through 2 things, but fits on my small wrist, so there's that for that. Let's see. Looks like she comes with 4 very small charms. So now you get to take a look at my gross nails. This is a nice pink translucent thing of her symbol. We have a blue version as well. Here are some pink translucent stars, as well as a non-translucent golden plastic star. And of course you have the notches on here, so you can carefully, probably easier if you have a friend to do it for you, or if you do it before you put it on your wrist. Or if, can we do it at all? it fits very nice and easy on this section. So you can put those right onto your bracelet. And the last charm for the bracelet is this very nicely painted large version of her symbol. And that has two things just like the wing does. So I guess that would go somewhere on the bracelet in place of the wings. So I'm gonna take it off because it's not very form-fitting. I don't enjoy it being on me that much. All right, the last thing she has here are I have 5 sheets of stickers, not the 4 sheets that I think we saw. So this has a lovely little sunny face, and it has 4 versions of her symbols. 2 are actually painted and 2 are sort of like a negative space. This sticker set, which just seems to be some gems, but it does contain the cutie marks of Twilight, Rainbow, and Fluttershy, which are the cutie marks of the ponies, of the stickers, the buttons she wears. We have this one, which has 2 versions of her symbol again, and 3 gems, as well as this little rainbow motif that we've seen before. This sheet, which has a little cute shocked Sunny, some sort of ocean motif, horseshoe, and something that looks like the friendship bracelet. I guess you would put that on your pony. And we have some gems. So we have purple, yellow, blue, and pink gems. I will be taking scans of these sticker sheets and putting them up on the wiki as well. So look for that if you wish to see those in somewhat higher quality. So that's it for Sunny Starscout over here. And now we get to move on to Princess Petals. Are you tired yet? I hope not, because I'm not. So this is very similarly laid out like Sunny's box. We have a nice render of Pipp right over here. It's Crystal Adventure with, wow, I knocked over Sunny. I'm sorry, Sunny. It says Crystal Adventure with her symbol right there. My Little Pony surprise, 5+, 20 pieces, yada, yada, yada. Looking at the front of the box here, we can see a little golden crown with feathers. We can see a dress that is gold all over. We have, of course, Pipp, or Princess Petals. We have some interesting, I think these are like bracelets. And then we have the actual crystal. On the side here, we have a render of Zephyr Heights, which is where she and her sister Zip live. On the back, it says Princess Petals gets ready for her show. On this side, it of course shows everything that should be on the stock photos. Same render of Pipp at the top of the box, and blah, 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 blah. So of course, this should open very similarly. If my camera would like to stay still. Ooh, nope, doesn't. Okay, well that was cool. After 20 minutes straight of not having to do any cuts, knocked everything over, but that's okay. We're just going right into it. And so her tape ripped in 2. Worse. 2 stars. At least it doesn't seem to be ripping up any of the cardboard on the box, unless I do that by mistake. Yep, okay, now I got it. Thanks. Man, my camera is really good at falling over lately. So, of course, this comes with a poster, just like Sunny's did, and it doesn't seem like there's anything different. Have the boring things. So, there's that poster. And Pipp, yay! Oh, it looks like there's actually something painted on her dress, which is nice. I didn't notice that earlier. We can vaguely see some Zephyr Heights style backgrounds. Let's see what we can... I'm not gonna bother opening the other side. I'm good, thank you. And ripping up the whole back. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, you can pretty easily see the Zephyr height stuff here. We have a little bit of a lens flare effect. You can see the clouds, you can see the buildings and the architecture, and it's lovely, it's great. Okay, so she did have, Pips had a little bit of some different plastic here, I guess, just to keep the sandals handy, so great job on that. Here is Princess Pipp Petals, yay, my favorite. Okay, so she feels a little bit flimsier than Sunny Starscout. Maybe she feels a little more rubberier. She feels a little more rubbery than Sunny did. So here is Pipp, very exciting. We love to see it. Okay, so Pipp head, also a ball joint. She does have, this hair is very rubbery. I thought this would be a problem. The way her hairstyle and Izzy's style is, like in turning her head, but no, this is extremely rubbery. So her hair is completely translucent. There are no painted parts on it. Her eyes seem to be of a bit better quality than Sunny's. It seems like they don't have as much of a shadow effect on them as hers did. So let's get that side by side. Like hers look a little brighter. So, doesn't seem to be as low quality to me. Her eyelashes are of a darker color though, so that's definitely where I would think that it sort of breaks a little bit. I want to see if there's any difference between the Earth Pony and Pegasus molds. So let me take off all of her roller skates. Roller skates removed. Oh, interesting. It looks like Pipp's ears are a little bit smaller than Sunny's, and it looks like Pipp is generally shorter. That's interesting. Looks like we have some variation. Yeah, it definitely looks like they're a little bit shorter, right? Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah. That must be intentional because it doesn't look like there's really much of anything for her head to get smushed down on, so it's really cool to see a little bit of difference between the molds. That's really awesome, I love that. I also love Pipp's, just the way her hair is styled, that's gorgeous. That's so pretty. So she has a very similar eye style to Sunny's, but her eyelashes sort of end in a bit more of a wing. Pipp's nose seems to be shorter as well compared to Sunny's, and definitely a little bit more like round, more like the Generation 4 ponies, rather than ending like a little bit of a square. You can definitely see that from above. Pipp's nose is definitely shorter and smaller. That's so cool. Okay, now let's take a look at the side. So of course, one of the biggest differences between Pipp and Sunny is that Pipp has some wings. These are on a ball joint, so they can go completely flat. Did you know light boxes have a timeout? I didn't. So it's not painted on this side, but it is painted on the other side. It can spread all the way flat out like this, or we can tip it up and sort of close together. It doesn't really go out too much in either direction, so you do get a little bit of flapping action though. A little bit. I think it's pretty cute. Pipp's definitely pretty rounded here. We can see the small feathers and her larger feathers, and there's a bit of a gradient, so white to pink. And let's take a look at her feathering. The feathering looks similar. Definitely a bit of a difference, but I think it's largely to do with Pipp being shorter than Sunny rather than just like they set out to make the feathering a bit different. Her tail seems to be in rather loosely. Doesn't look like I can really push it in any further, so hers definitely spins a little bit easier than Sunny's, which is a little more strictly in there. You can see all of the way Pipp's hairstyle seems to work is it's all pulled forward, in case anyone was curious. From this side, unfortunately, her display side has her one eye covered, unless you want to turn the head. And we can see her cutie mark there. Mine has a little bit of a factory mark, which is lovely. But her symbol seems to be of nice quality. Like, they didn't screen paint this one, like they paint the eyes. Yep. And she has the same seam issues that I would say Sunny does, where it's very obvious in the front, not so obvious on the sides, but like you can see spots where it's a little more obvious. And her ears seem to have similar, like there's a nick right there, and there's a little bit of a, like a bit right here where the plastic sticks out a little bit. So overall, this quality, between these two at least, seems to be fairly standard. Alright, now taking a look at Pipp's accessories. So the first accessory is going to be this, look, I guess it's like a sandal thing. It's gray, and it has a little molded jewel-ish detail. So the box says, I'm probably putting it on upside down. You probably put the thinner part on the thinner part of the leg. There we go. Okay, so that goes just right on like that, which is pretty cute. I don't really like when the horses wear shoes personally, but I think like this. My light box is being weird, so I went ahead and did the rest off camera. Yeah, very interesting. Maybe I would prefer shoes, but you know. So there's the sandals on the horse. Here is her dress. It is very pretty. It has a nice metallic gold all over. It has wings on either side, or at least like a feathered shirt-ish thing. And then the skirt itself is very sculpted and scaled. And it has this nice little smooth area all around it. And the front has a little bit of a plastic notch. And over the notch, there's a little gem detail. So let's see. I guess you put that. What? Wait, what does the box say? Okay, the box says put it over her wings like this. Okay, there she goes. And I'm not a fan of the plastic notches. I think they're harder to put on than Velcro is. Like, I don't know. Okay, well, that's pretty good for him. So, the wings, when the dress is on, the wings are definitely impeded a little bit. They can't go back that nicely, and you're definitely more encouraged to keep them straight out. But her dress does cover her tail, and there she is with her dress on. I am not a fan of how the sandals like to keep sliding. The last thing is her little crown, which has some feathers on it, as well as 5 molded gems. And that goes on just like Sunny's crown did. Come on, put your crown on. There we go. I'd imagine she would be the most difficult to design headwear for because of the way that her hair is. But there it is. And just like with Sunny, we have this lovely little crystal. Pipp's is a less obviously frosted, but still somewhat frosted, lovely transparent purple. And let's take a look what's inside that. So we have the friendship bracelet. Hers is the exact same as Sunny's, except it has a different wing charm. So Pipp's wing charm is this translucent pink. And she has a different set of little charms. So this one is a translucent purple version of the crown that's on her symbol. This one is a translucent purple version of her symbol. Not the crown, but like the entire thing. And this is that same thing as like an Arctic blue. And the last thing is this translucent pink crown. The other charm she comes with is, of course, her symbol. So it has the music note with the white and the purple and the little crown on the middle. And this has 2 notches just like Sunny's symbol does. And the very, very last thing she comes with are these stickers, which this is so cute. Love these stickers. So this one has Pipp with a little tear. has 2 half notes, and there's her friendship bracelet, as well as 2 golden gems. This one has a few different design motifs, such as wings, rainbow, crown, cloud. We have some gems, and I guess those are triangular gems. They kind of look like cat ears or up arrows. This is the cutest picture of Pipp ever. Have little Pipp Petals with her tongue out. Love that. 2 different kinds of versions of her symbols, one of them normal, the other with a lot of glitter, as well as 3 different types of glittery crowns. We have some gems very similar to Sunny's, maybe exactly the same as Sunny's. Purple, yellow, blue, and pink. And the last thing she comes with are some more of her symbols, as well as some green gems. These are probably meant to go on the different clothing she has, just because we have like the one large one. So should I put them in there? I don't feel like it. I'll scan them and then maybe I'll do it after I scan it. So you'll see if I decide to do that. It'll be on my account. So in all, I think this is a really fun set. This is definitely very nicely crafted and sculpted Generation 5 toys. I think this is a good introduction to the generation and the different characters. I am a huge fan of how there's slight variations in the general, and like the toys, how there's different body types so far. I guess not body types. There's similar body types, but they're different actual sculpts. That definitely makes it sound and feel like there's a lot more thought put into it, rather than just, here's one pony, here's a bunch of different kinds of hair, and that's the whole thing. That's all you do. This feels a little bit different, and definitely like they put a little more thought into the different characters. So I do look forward to getting Izzy, Hitch, and Zip, and of course any other Generation 5 toys that come out. The only other toy I have a hold of right now is the Just Play Pipp, and I could go over that if there is interest, but not as much to go over as the toy, so I would probably wait until I get the other plush to properly go over that. One last thing that I know people wanted to see was a comparison to Generation 4 toys. So I have my Generation 4 custom Pipp Petals. This was made from a pre-reboot, but like after they changed the hair, like the head style, and then I have one with the normal head style. So you can kind of see how they line up. Sunny, of course, is taller than Pipp, so she is exactly the same height as the other Generation 3 ponies. Wow, Generation 4 ponies, ears pretty much match up there. They are a lot thinner, of course, it's just style. And if you look from behind, they do have a little more meat on their bodies compared to the Generation 4 reboots, which is not within reach right now, I guess. But definitely like made for being played with from the side. Of course, Pipp is a little bit shorter than Sunny, so she does not measure up quite as much, but she's definitely a similar height, would more or less classify as 3 inches. I do have a Generation 1 pony in case for some reason you do not have like any of the millions of Generation 4 ponies. So here's a Sea Breeze, I believe. Some of their names get really mashed up. Here's Sea Breeze next to him. Of course, ponies are always trending towards being smaller. These tend to go up to, I guess, wing height for Generation 1 ponies. Definitely, you know, as big about as the body of a Generation 1 pony. And that's my comparison. Alright, I don't think I have anything else for you guys. I look forward to opening, unboxing, and finding more Generation 5 ponies for you all. Feel free to leave any questions or comments down below. I will try to keep an eye on them. I will be updating the wiki with pictures of all of their accessories, so feel free to take a look at that. Important, if you get a color variation, okay, you know, we'll just leave it. We'll let it sit like that. If you get a color variation for anything that I've shown here, Please let me know. Take a picture of it, preferably in a light box, but if you can't get that, try to get it against a white background or a solid color background, maybe in natural light if you don't have good lighting, so we can put that on the Generation 5 MLP wiki. I'm trying to keep track of all these accessories while I still can. Alright, that's it. See you guys next time. Horse City.